Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitabugHandmaids.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I'm so excited to announce to you the second feature of June Club Quitabug. I will be spotlighting the It Starts With Art stamp set from the new 2019-20 annual catalog by Stampin' Up. So I'm so excited to share this stamp set with you and also the free card kit that I've got to go along with this stamp set. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video and I'll show you the free card kit and give you all the details about Club Quitabug as we go.
So I'm so excited to share this free card kit with you guys because the Follow Your Art suite in the new catalog was one of my favorites when I first saw the catalog. So I'm really excited to be featuring the It Starts With Art stamp set. Now this stamp set is available as a bundle in my online store, and remember, when you purchase the bundles you actually save 10%, which is a really great value. So in this case you would get the It Starts With Art stamp set as well as the arts and crafts dies. So I did use a few of the dies in the kit, but you won't actually need the dies to complete the kit. But I do recommend, if you're going to go ahead and get the stamp set and you have some sort of a die cutting machine at home, you might as well bundle and save that 10% and get the coordinating dies as well. Now I will have the full supply list of everything that I'm using to complete the card kit. I'll have links to all of those supplies down below in the video description and also over on today's coordinating blog post, which is linked in the video description as well. And I'll go ahead and insert a quick graphic here into the video. You can just take a screen grab if you prefer of that full supply list. And then remember, all you have to do to be a Club Quitabug member and receive this free card kit is simply place a minimum $40 order in my online Stampin' Up! Store. That's it, $40, and you'll receive this free card kit as a gift in the mail from me to you. Make sure you place your qualifying order between June 16th, 2019 and June 30th, 2019 to receive this free card kit as a gift in the mail from me. And don't forget to use the host code. I've got it here on the screen. Using that code just lets me know you're wanting to receive this kit. Just don't use that code if your order is $150 or greater, because you'll still qualify to receive the kit and you will earn Stampin' rewards. And remember, when you place your qualifying order, you can purchase whatever you would like. I just share the supply list in case you would like to recreate the cards exactly as I have, but you don't have to purchase any specific product. You can spend your $40 on whatever you would like. And when you receive your kit in the mail from me, it will also come with envelopes as well as a printable PDF that has the full supply list and all of the measurements for each project. So I've got 3 projects for you in this It Starts With Art free card kit. So here is the first card. I absolutely love it. It says, "Let's stay up late and craft." I love that sentiment from this stamp set. Such a cute sentiment. One of my favorites in the set. So here is this card, and then we've also got this. I love this fold. I shared a video with you guys last week on this fun fold. If you missed the video, just search my channel for fun folds and you can find that video there. So this one says, "You paint my world with happiness." I thought this was such a cute card. I love it. And then of course I had to use those cute little Stampin' Up! Shipping boxes that come in the Follow Your Art suite for our 3D project. Isn't that so cute? I love it. So this says Follow Your Art, and you can fill this little box full of lots of crafty goodness. Lots of great things will fit inside of this box. Ribbon, embellishments, so many things. So such a fun little 3D project. So here are the 3 projects in this free kit. So let's go ahead and jump right in and I will show you how to create all 3. I have got my supplies here for card number 1. So I'm just going to set these pieces to the side, and I'm going to start with my card base. So I'm going to bring in some scratch paper, and for my card base, this is a piece of crushed curry cardstock. I'm just going to fold that in half and give it a nice crease with my bone folder. I'm going to be using this cute little sequin image as well as my crushed curry ink pad to create a fun little background here. So I'm just going to be stamping this little sequin image all over the outer edge here of my card base. So I'm just rotating the stamp each time. I'm just gonna create a fun little background. I love background stamping. Just rotate it around to get some variation in your placement. So there we go. I have got my background all created there. I love how that looks, and the center doesn't really matter because we're going to be covering that up with some cardstock and designer paper. And while I have my crushed curry out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment. So I die cut a piece of Whisper White using the stitched rectangle dies here, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment that says, "Let's stay up late and craft." Ink that up. I need to re-ink this crushed curry, so I'm kind of staying here on the edges. And I'm just going to put this in the top right hand corner. Whoop, right about there, looks good. And now I'm going to come in with this little die cut. I think this is a little bobbin or something. I'm going to come in with this. This was die cut out of Calypso Coral, and I'm going to be stamping in Calypso Coral the image that coordinates with this die cut. So I'm just going to ink this up in my Calypso Coral. And I've shown you guys this technique many times, but when you have a pre-die cut piece, to stamp on that, the easiest way is to flip the die cut over, put it on top of your image, bring in another block, and stamp down with that other block on top. So give it a good press, and woo, yeah, perfect. There we go, nicely stamped. All right, so now we can start assembling this card. So I'm going to bring in this piece of Pacific Point cardstock, and this is some of that Follow Your Art Designer Series paper. I'm just going to go ahead, get my snail here, and adhere this right on top of this Pacific Point. Okay, right about there, right in the center, and then I'll adhere this onto the center. So that's where we're going to cover up those missing sequins there in the middle. Just put this right in the center here. Okay, I think that looks good. And then I'm going to add some dimensionals onto the back of my stitched rectangle. And I'm just going to put this, towards the bottom left corner of my designer paper, so right about there. Then I'm going to flip this little bobbin over and put a little bit of snail adhesive. I'm going to take this piece of Pacific Point thread, and I'm just going to wrap this all around. So just stick it in that adhesive and wrap it over and over all the way around. Stick it back down, and then I'll just snip off that little overhanging piece, and I'm gonna lock this in place with a little bit of tear and tape. I know I already put the snail down, but over time that snail is not gonna hold up, so I'm just gonna use a nice strong adhesive like tear and tape to hold that down, and then a dimensional on each end. That backing off. And then, isn't that so cute? I think it's so cute. And then we'll just add this on. Let's see, I'll just pop it up right here on this bottom left corner here. Make sure I've got that down. I don't want it on top of that stitched rectangle. There we go, just like that. And there you have it. Card number 1 complete. Super cute. Alright, so I've got my pieces here for card number 2. I'm going to start with this piece of die cut Whisper White, and I cut this using the layering circle dies. And I am going to bring in my Petal Pink ink, Coastal Cabana, and Crushed Curry, all 3 of these. And we're going to be stamping this cute little paint bottle or ink bottle. We're going to stamp this 3 times, so I'm going to ink it up in Petal Pink first. And I'm just going to stamp it at an angle here off to the left, right about there. Bring in my Simply Chamois to clean this off. And then I'm going to ink it up again in my Coastal Cabana and I'll just throw it right about there. Looks good. Clean it off. And then crushed curry, and I'll just throw that right down here. And I've got Pacific Point for my sentiment, and I'm going to stamp "You Paint My World with Happiness." I love the font of this sentiment. You've got the cursive and then the variation in the letter sizes, caps and lowercase. I love that. Perfect. Just stamp it right in the middle of those bottles. And we can start assembling this card. I love this fun fold. So I've got a petal pink layer here, and then I'm going to take my Coastal Cabana layer, and it's already scored for you in the kit. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to use a nice strong adhesive. So I'm going to go with tear and tape. Since this card is a fun fold and it's going to be manipulated, I want to make sure I've got a nice strong adhesive. And then I've got my take your pick tool here, and I'll just take my backings off of my tear and tape. Okay, and we will just center this up onto that petal pink. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and also add this piece of Whisper White in the center. I don't know if you could hear that. The ice cream man is coming through. Okay, so I'll just add this right in the center. Okay, there's that. And then we've got some more of that. It starts with art designer paper. This paper is so much fun. I love this. I'll just add this onto this flap here, or follow your art designer paper, I believe. I think I said it starts with art. Okay, there we go. And now we can layer this onto this scalloped piece of Coastal Cabana. Again, that's die cut using the layering circle dies. And then I will just put 3 dimensionals on at the top here of my circle. And I am going to adhere it off to the left. You don't want to put dimensionals at the bottom because then you'll close the card up. So just keep them at the top. I think I'll put it right about there. And there you have it. Card number 2, You Paint My World with Happiness. So cute. Okay, so now I've got all of my pieces here for the third project, our little box. So in the kit, so that it'll fit into the cello bag, I folded the lid back. Well, actually this is the bottom of the box. I folded that back. So you can just unfold that, and then all you want to do is come in and just fold on all of those score lines. I love these boxes. They're so cute. So, so cute. And then this is, like I said, the bottom actually. Fold that little piece, and then we'll just fold that in. So this makes the bottom, and then when you flip it, the logo, the Stampin' Up! Logo is right side up. And then I'll just go ahead and fold in my sides here. Okay, all right, so we are going to be sealing this up with a belly band to go around it. So you can fill it with your goodies. You can put ribbon, twine, embellishments, buttons, washi tape, all sorts of crafty goodness, or it doesn't even have to be crafty stuff. You can put whatever you would like in here, okay? But there we go. So we've got our box ready. Then, before we do our belly band, I want to go ahead and get our stamping out of the way. So I'm just going to take out the pieces that we're going to stamp. So I've got my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, And I am going to stamp my little ribbon trio here. So just ink that up. Okay, I think that's good. And I'm just going to stamp this off to the left right about here. And I am using Memento Tuxedo Black because I'm going to be coloring this image in using my Stampin' Blends. Then I'm going to bring in this little strip of Whisper White here, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment in Pacific Point. So I'm going to stamp the Follow Your Art. Let's see. Get that inked up, and I'm just going to put this, ooh, I cannot see. I'm going to put this off to the right. I hope that's straight. I cannot see what I'm doing. Okay, it was. So right there. Okay, so I have zoomed you in, and we're going to color this in using Stampin' Blends. So here are the colors that I'm going to be using. I have got the light shade of Smoky Slate, and then I've got the dark shade of Pool Party, Mango Melody, and Flirty Flamingo. So you can decide what colors you want to use, but those are the ones I'm using. And using the little nib tip here, or fine tip, I guess you could call it, I am going to color in the top of my ribbon stack with that light Smoky Slate. Then I will come in with the brush tip of my dark Flirty Flamingo, and I'm just going to color in this first roll of ribbon. Now I'm not actually doing any blending for these rolls of ribbon. I'm just using the dark shade and coloring them in. That's really it. Very simple coloring. Then I'm going to come in with the Mango Melody and color in the center piece of ribbon. That little corner. Okay. And lastly, Pool Party for my striped ribbon. There we go. Okay, so now we can start building up the decoration onto our box. So you've got this piece of Follow Your Art Designer Series paper, and I've already scored just one end at 4 inches just to make it easier for me to package it into the kit. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take this end that is furthest away from that 4-inch score line, and I am going to add a little piece of tear and tape. I'm only going to add it to one end because I want this box, I want the belly band to be able to slide off of the box. So I don't want to adhere both sides down, just one side. Okay, so we have got that. All right, so then I'm going to take this 4-inch score line, and I'm going to start it at the top corner here of my box, or the top edge of my box. I'm going to start it there, and I'm going to flip my box upside down, and I am just going to take this, fold it over, and pinch. Okay, so here's the top of my box again, and I'm just going to keep everything lined up here and wrap this around and pinch, and then flip it upside down and wrap this around and pinch. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm gonna take all of those little pinched sides. Okay, let me just line these up, and then I am going to score with my bone folder. So that's how I'm gonna be scoring this so that everything lines up nicely. Okay, score that one, and then this little one here on the end. All right, okay, so this little one goes at the bottom. Put this here, and I'm just covering up the Stampin' Up! Logo. Just making sure to cover that up. If you wanted to, you could seal the lid shut, but I'm not going to. Okay, keep wrapping. All right, just making sure I had everything lined up, and I do. Okay, so then I'm just going to take the backing off of my tear and tape here, line everything up again, and we will just put these ends together. Okay, right there. I'm just going to press that down. And there we go. So there is my little belly band, and I can slide this off if I want to. Okay, so it does slide off if you need it to, but I'm just going to leave it on, cover that logo back up on the front and the back. And even though you can see this little trademark R, that's gonna get covered up. Okay, so there we have that. So now I am going to take this little piece of designer paper, and only in the center of that little piece, I'm gonna add some adhesive, just a tiny bit in the center. And I'm just going to lay this down, let's see, I guess right here, just down towards the bottom. Then I die cut this little border piece using the arts and crafts dies that belong in this, or that go with this stamp set, part of the bundle. And I'm just gonna poke out these little pieces that are still in there. There we go, I got all those little pieces out. I think this is so pretty, I love this. So what I'm gonna do is take some fine tip glue. It really doesn't take very much. I'm gonna take this and just add a little bit of fine tip glue on this little die cut border. Really doesn't take too much. Okay, so I think I've got enough. I'm gonna go ahead, close that back up. I think I've got enough on there. Now I'm gonna have this hanging off. If you don't want this much of the little border piece, you can trim down the ends, but I do want it hanging off the edge of my box. I liked how that looked. And I'm just gonna press and hold this for just a few seconds to get that down. Okay, so I think that little border is on there nicely. So now I'm gonna take our little stamped layer here, and I'm going to add some dimensionals onto this piece, but I am going to keep them in the center here because, let me make sure I didn't go over the edge. Yeah, because I don't want to adhere this outside of the belly band, because if I do that, then the box, then the belly band won't be able to come off. And I do want this to be able to slip off the box so that the box doesn't have to be destroyed to be opened. So I'm just gonna put this, yeah, right there. I think that looks good. Let's press that down, cute. And then I am going to take my sentiment here and just cut that at an angle like that. And then I'll add a little dimensional edge piece on here. Let's see. There we go. And then I want this to hang over the edge just a tiny bit. So I'm gonna put it right about here, just hanging over that rectangle a little bit. Okay, right there. Okay, and there you have it. There is our cute little box. I absolutely love it. Love this little gift box. So sweet. Okay, so there you have it. There are the 3 projects included in my It Starts With Art free card kit. I hope that you guys have enjoyed these projects. I absolutely love this kit. So don't forget, all you have to do to receive this free card kit as a gift in the mail from me is simply place a minimum $40 order in my online Stampin' Up! Store. You can find direct links to my online store just below the video in the video description. Place your order. Be sure to use the host code. Just don't use that code if your order is $150 or greater. You will still qualify to receive the kit, and you will earn Stampin' rewards. So this kit is available for all orders placed June the 16th, 2019 through June the 30th, 2019, and the kits will begin shipping out at the very start of July. So thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know if you have any questions. Have a wonderful day, and I will be back soon with another tutorial. Bye now.